This is a test.
This is a test. What do you know about language arts, math, science, and social studies? Find out while playing along with Knowledge for College, where teams from competing UISD schools spin the wheel of knowledge and answer questions from a world of subject categories. It's a mind challenge for students and a chance to win for their school. But most of all, it's a really fun way to learn. Now, let's play Knowledge for College.
Hi and welcome. You're watching Knowledge for College, a game of knowledge and learning featuring some of our best and brightest students here at UISD. And today we have students with us from Fasken Elementary, and we also have students from Muller Elementary. And before we meet our students, I'd like to introduce our special guest host today, Ms. Diana Casanova, the current Miss Southwest Texas. Diana, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Yes, I'm the current Miss Southwest Texas, and I'm 22 years old. My job as Miss Southwest Texas is to help encourage students to further their education, and this is a great way to help make a difference in somebody else's life.
And earlier you had mentioned to me that you kind of, this was part of your favorite part of being Miss Southwest Texas is visiting the schools, right?
It is, yes. It's one of the greatest experiences being Miss Southwest Texas because I get to see how excited the children get, and I get excited knowing that I'm doing something good for them and helping shape their lives to a better life.
All right, very good. Let's turn our attention now to our students. Representing Fasken Elementary, we have Abby and Mauricio. And Abby, if you could just tell me a little bit about yourself, please.
Well, my name is Abby Urquieta. I go to Fasken Elementary, and I like to read when I'm not in school.
And what kind of books or what kind of things do you like to read?
Well, I like to read fantasy books because I like to use my imagination.
All right, very good. And Mauricio, what can you tell us about yourself?
I like playing football and reading and playing with my dogs when I'm outside of school.
All right, how many dogs do you have?
2.
All right, excellent. And representing Muller Elementary, we have Yadiel and Cadence. And Yadiel, can you tell me a little bit about yourself, please?
My favorite pastime when I'm out of school or after school is playing soccer.
All right, excellent. And Cadence, what about you?
I like to dance, play basketball, and read.
All right, excellent. We've now just met our students. Let me just go over the rules very briefly before we start play. Each team takes turns spinning that wheel that you see behind you. And of course, we have questions in language arts, social studies, math, and science. Those questions are worth 5 points each. And of course, the category in red back there, the wild turn category, those questions can come from any subject area. And of course, they're worth 10 points because they're designed to be a little bit more difficult, a little bit more challenging. So of course, you're going to have a 1-minute time limit for all our questions. And once you hear that bell, that means you have to give us your answer then and there. And of course, in order to earn the points, you do have to answer the question correctly. Otherwise, the other team gets a chance to answer that question and possibly earn the points, okay? So we held a little coin toss earlier today, and of course, Fasken won the coin toss, so that means they get to go first. So Abby or Mauricio, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? I'm going to ask you to spin it clockwise if you could. And we do ask that it goes around at least once, which it does in this case. And we'll find out where our first question will be coming from. And it looks like it's going to be coming from the language arts subject area. So in that box labeled art up there, just I'll go ahead and separate the question. I'm going to hand a copy to our students, and if you could just start reading the question and the choices there.
Okay, yes. So the question is, how would you best describe the underlined word in the sentence below? And the sentence is, I bought new shoes last week. A, helping verb. B, possessive noun. C, present tense verb. Or D, irregular verb.
And this language arts questions for our students from question is for our students from Fasken Elementary. They have up to a minute to answer the question. Of course, they should work on the question and figure it out. And once they're ready, they can go ahead and give us an answer. Otherwise, they can take the entire minute to figure it out. And by answering correctly, our students can earn up to 5 points. Otherwise, our students from Muller will get a chance to answer that question and possibly earn the points. And if you don't mind just reading that question again, please.
Yes. Okay,
Sorry.
the question again. How would you best describe the underlined word in the sentence below? And that sentence is, I bought new shoes last week.
And so our students need to determine if it's a helping verb, a possessive noun, a present tense verb, or an irregular verb. And again, our students have up to a minute. Well, your time is up, students. Do you have an answer for us?
D.
D.
All right, very good. You earned the 5 points and you answered correctly, so good job there.
Good job.
And Muller Elementary, it's your turn at the wheel, so Yadiel or Cadence, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And as the wheel goes round and round, it will come to a rest, eventually landing in the science subject area. So our students get a science question. And again, students, this is worth 5 points to you if you can answer correctly. There you go.
Thank you. So your question is,
Copy and your copy.
a raccoon regularly goes to Tom's house and eats the food left out for Tom's cats. The raccoon's action is an example of A, adaptation, B, inherited trait, C, learned behavior, or D, natural response.
And the science question is for our students from Muller Elementary. They have up to a minute to give us an answer. And as soon as they can agree on an answer, they can go ahead and let us know what it is. And just to repeat the question, a raccoon regularly goes to Tom's house and eats the food left out for Tom's cats. The raccoon's action is an example of, and these are the 4 choices: adaptation, inherited trait, learned behavior, or natural response. And whenever you're ready, students, you can go ahead and give us your answer. Otherwise, you can take the whole minute and try to figure out the correct course of action here. And if our students from Muller get it wrong, our students from Fasken get a chance to answer that question. So whenever you're ready, students.
D.
I am sorry, D is not the correct answer. Fasken Elementary, you have a chance to earn 5 points here. Do you have an answer for us?
C.
That's correct, yes, that's the right answer.
Good. Learned behavior, that's the answer we were looking for. So Fasken, you earned the 5 points. And Fasken, it's also your turn at the wheel. So Abby or Mauricio, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And this time the wheel goes round and will land in the social studies subject area. That'll be down there. And
There you
again,
go.
students, this is worth 5 points to you if you can answer correctly. There you go.
Thank you.
It's your copy and your copy.
Your social studies question is, the study of Earth is called A, geography, B, geology, C, biology, or D, meteorology.
And as soon as you determine the answer, you can let us know.
We say A.
A, that's geography and that's correct.
All right. So good job, Fasken Elementary. Muller Elementary, your turn once again. So will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And after a very vigorous spin, our wheel will come to a rest eventually. And it's only a matter of moments before we find out where it's going to land. And it looks like our students from Muller will get a wild turn question. So let's see what the wild turn box has in store for them. And again, students, this will be worth 10 points if you can answer correctly. And it comes from the English Language Arts subject area. That's your copy. That's your copy.
So this question is, what is the comparative form of the adjective beautiful? Is it A, beautifuler, B, more beautiful, C, most beautiful, or D, beautifulest?
And of course, this wild turn question is for our students from Muller Elementary. It comes from the Language Arts subject area. And as soon as our students have the answer, they can let us know. We have up to a minute to figure it out, of course. And of course, just to repeat, what is the comparative form of the adjective beautiful? And the choices are beautifuler, more beautiful, most beautiful, or beautifulest. So students, whenever you have your answer, let us know, please.
B.
B, more beautiful. That's correct.
All right. So good job, Muller Elementary. You're on the board finally. And Fasken Elementary, it's your turn once again. So go ahead and spin that wheel for us, please. And Fasken's spin goes round and round and will come to rest eventually. And this time they're going to wind up with a science question from the science subject area. And of course, students, this question's worth 5 points if you can answer it correctly. Here's your copy.
Your science question is, during which stage of complete metamorphosis does an insect change itself completely from a larva to an adult? Is it A, the egg stage, B, larva stage, C, nymph stage, or D, pupa stage?
And whenever you're ready, students, or you can take up.
We choose D.
D, that's correct.
The pupa stage, excellent. So good job, Fasken Elementary. Muller Elementary, your turn once again. So, Caden, spin that wheel for us, please. And we'll see where the wheel lands this time. And it looks like our students will have yet another wild turn question. So go ahead and grab one of those for me.
Oh, yes.
And let's see. This question is going to be coming from the math subject area. So it's a little lengthy, so just bear with us.
Okay.
There you
Your
go.
question
There you
is,
go.
the walking distance between Allison's house and school is 1.45 miles. Allison takes this route 3 times a week to go to school and walk back home. What is the total number of miles she walks to and from school in these 3 days? Is it A, 4.35 miles, B, 8.7 miles, C, 4.45 miles, or D, 8.9 miles?
And this wild turn question is for our students from Muller Elementary. It comes from the math subject area. And of course, our students from Muller can earn up to 10 points by answering correctly. Otherwise, our students from Fasken will get a chance to answer that question and possibly earn the points. And whenever you're ready, students, let us know your answer, please.
We choose A.
I'm sorry,
A.
that's incorrect. Fasken, you need an answer from me right now. Do you have an answer for us? And Fasken Elementary, do you have an answer? And I'm afraid the time is up for both teams. So, would you mind sharing the correct answer that we were looking for, please?
Yes, well, the correct answer was B, 8.7 miles.
So, no points on this round, but good try, everybody. Time now for a quick break, so let's go ahead and take one, and we'll be right back.
It's projected that in the state of Texas, over 715,000 new high-paying jobs in science, technology, engineering, and math will be created by the year 2018. To meet those demands, United ISD is encouraging students to pursue a STEM career. Our early college, 3 magnet schools, new science labs, interactive classroom technology, and excellent teaching staff continue to improve the quality of education in our district. United Independent School District is investing in our children's future.
Have you been invited to a United ISD senior prom but you don't have a thing to wear and you might be a little short on cash? Well, don't despair. United ISD's prom project could help. UISD is collecting new and gently used formal dress attire. Please donate and help make a student's dream come true. Donations can be dropped off at UISD's main office at 201 Lindenwood or call Rosie Cruz at 473-6331.
United ISD high school students, it's time to rally and ace this school year because you could win a new car just by going to class. That's right, the Sames' Kia in the Classroom program is back. All you have to do is have perfect attendance during any 9-week period, and your name will be entered into the UISD Grand Prize drawing to win a new car. Go to school because you could be just 1 match point away from winning a new 2017 Kia Soul.
Studies show that parents who are actively involved in their children's education more than double their chances of graduating from high school and even going on to college. Make time to get to know your child's principal, teachers, and counselors. Volunteer and get involved in your child's school activities. Even the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Invest in your child's future today.
Hi and welcome back. You're watching Knowledge for College, a game of knowledge and learning featuring some of our best and brightest here at United ISD. And today we have students with us from Fasken Elementary, and we also have students from Muller Elementary. And our guest host today is Miss Diana Casanova, the current Miss Southwest Texas. And of course, Diana, you have a question you'd like to ask our students.
Yes, well, Abby, let's start with you. What plans do you have for spring break?
Well, I'm gonna go to my hometown, Brownsville.
In Brownsville?
Yeah.
Oh, how exciting. That's great. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, because
Great.
it's my cousin's birthday.
All right.
Oh, great. Mauricio, do you have any plans do you know what you want to do for college yet?
For college, I want to go to UT
To UT, Longhorns.
and I want to play football there.
All right.
That's great. How exciting. Now, what,
Yeah.
can't see that part. Yadiel. So are you having fun? Are you enjoying this?
Yes, it's very fun and very competitive.
Very competitive. So what's your favorite subject in school?
Social studies.
Social studies. That's very interesting. And cadence. Are you enjoying this so far? Are you learning a lot?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. What plans do you have for spring break?
We're just gonna stay home and clean the house.
Stay home and clean the house.
That's basically what
Well,
I'll be doing.
that's good
So-
still. That's productive.
All right. All right, students. Well, thank you for that. And let's go ahead and resume our game. And let's see, who's going to be next at the wheel? Is it going to be Fasken or Muller? Fasken, all right. Fasken, it's your turn at the wheel. So Abby or Mauricio, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And as the spin goes round and round, it will eventually land in the wild turn subject area, or the area. And again, students, this question can be worth up to 10 points to you. And this one's coming from the social studies subject area. And let me just give you your copy, and we'll go ahead and read that to you right now.
So your social studies question is, a veto can be rejected by Congress. What amount of Congress is needed to reject a veto?
And the choices are
A, 2/3, B, 1/2, C, 1/3, or D, 3/4.
And again, this wild turn question comes from the social studies subject area. It's for our students from Fasken Elementary. And by answering correctly, they can earn up to 10 points. Otherwise, our students from Muller Elementary will get a chance to answer the question and possibly earn the points. And students, whenever you're ready.
We say D, 3/4.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Muller Elementary, do you have an answer for us?
A.
A, that's correct. That's
All
2/3.
So good job, Muller Elementary. You earned the 10 points, and it's also your turn at the wheel. So Cadence or Yadiel, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And let's see where the wheel lands this time. Wild turn. Another
again.
wild turn question for our Muller students. They seem to have a magic touch today. And so this one's coming from the science subject area. And again, students, it's worth 10 points if you can answer correctly. Otherwise, our opposing team here from Fasken will get a chance to answer that question.
And the question is, a town in Texas has been enjoying clear, hot weather for many days. Suddenly, the weather becomes cool and rainy. What is most likely the explanation for this change? Is it A, high pressure air mixed with low pressure air? B, low pressure air replaced high pressure air? C, a warm air mass moved over a cold air mass? Or D, a cold air mass mixed with a warm air mass?
B.
B, that's correct.
All right.
Yes.
So good job, Muller Elementary. You earned the 10 points. In Fasken, it's your turn at the wheel now. So Abby or Mauricio, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And after a very vigorous spin, our wheel will come to rest eventually. And we'll find out momentarily where it's going to land. And it looks like our students will get a math question. And this math question is going to be worth 5 points to you if you can answer correctly. Alrighty, there we go.
And the math question is, what is
That's
the
your copy
difference
and your
between 5 and 2.15?
And the choices are
The choices are A, 2.10, B, 2.82, C, 2.85, or D, 7.15.
And of course, it's math questions for our students from Fasken Elementary. They can earn 5 points by answering correctly. Otherwise, our students from Muller will get a chance to answer the question. Of course, our students are trying to figure out what is the difference between 5 and 2.15. And of course, our students have a copy of the question and the choices below. And students, whenever you're ready, please.
We say C, 2.85.
That is correct.
That is the correct answer. So good job, Fasken. You earned the points. And Muller Elementary, it's your turn once again. So go ahead and spin that wheel for us, please. Whoop. And let's see. We're going to ask you just to spin it again because it needs to go around at least once. I'm sorry. So let's give us a good hard spin there. Yeah, there you go. And it looks like we will have another math question for our students. This one's going to be for our students from Muller Elementary. There you go. And again, students, you can answer, if you answer the question correctly, you'll earn 5 points.
Your math question is, Troy bought 4 books for $5.35 each and a bookmarker for $1.25. What was the total amount of money Troy spent in these items? Is it A, $11.95, B, $6.60, C, $4.10, or D, $22.65?
And again, this math question's for our students from Muller Elementary. And by answering correctly, they can earn 5 points. And whenever our students are ready, they can go ahead and give us their answer. They do have up to a minute, though. And of course, just to repeat, Troy bought 4 books for $5.35 each and a bookmarker for $1.25.
Yes, D is
all right.
Correct.
Good job. $22.65 was the answer we were looking for. And Fasken Elementary, it's your turn once again. So one of you students spin that wheel for us, please. There you go. And we'll find out momentarily where the wheel will land. And it looks like our students will have
a wild turn.
Another wild turn question for our students. So let's see. This one's coming from the math subject area. So another math question for our students. This one's for you, and that one's for you.
And the question is, Pedro bought a t-shirt for $13.75 and a pair of shorts that cost twice as much as the t-shirt. How much money did he spend on these 2 items? Is it A, $27.50, B, $55, C, $41.25, or D, $15.75?
And again, this question is for our students from Fasken Elementary. And by answering correctly, they can earn the 10 points because this is a wild turn question and it does come from the math subject area. And Yana, what do you think of our show so far?
I think it's very exciting. It's very exciting to see how these kids are very bright.
Yes, they are.
They're very bright, and it's exciting. I'm wondering who will win, right?
Right. Well, we'll find that out in a few moments, but first of all, we need to answer this question. And of course, our students do have up to a minute to answer, but once they're ready, we do ask that they give us their answer. And students, whenever you're ready, whenever you've come to a conclusion, and our students are still working the problem, so once that bell rings, you do have to give us an answer. So. All right.
We say B, 55.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Muller Elementary, do you have an answer for us?
C.
C? That's correct, yes.
$41.25. That's the answer we were looking for. So Muller Elementary, you earned the 10 points, and it's also your turn at the wheel. So go ahead and spin that wheel for us, please. And as this wheel goes round and round, it will come to rest, landing in the math subject area. So we've had a sudden rash of math questions lately. That's all right. Let's see. And again, students, this one will be worth 5 points if you can answer correctly. It's your copy, and that's
your math question is, Taylor has 1/4 of a loaf of bread left. He splits the remaining pieces among his next 4 meals. What fraction of the loaf of bread will Taylor have at each of the next 3 meals? Is it A, 1 1/4, B, 9. C, 1/8, or D, 1/16?
And this math question's for our students from Muller Elementary. And by answering correctly, they can earn 5 points. Otherwise, our students from Fasken will get a chance to answer that question and possibly earn the points. And just to repeat, Taylor has 1/4 of a loaf of bread left. He splits this remaining piece among his next 4 meals. What fraction of the loaf of bread will Taylor have at each of the next 3 meals? And of course, our students are working the problem. They do have up to a minute to figure it out. And once the little bell rings, of course, they'll have to give us their answer then and there. But once our students are ready, we ask that they give us their answer.
D.
D? That's correct.
1/16. Very good, students. Very good. Time now for a quick break, so let's go ahead and take one, and we'll be right back.
We are educators.
We are innovators.
We are leaders.
We are college students.
We are artists.
We are athletes.
We cherish all students.
We are United ISD.
Hi and welcome back. You've been watching Knowledge for College, a game of knowledge and learning featuring some of our best and brightest students here at UISD. Of course, we like to thank our students from Muller Elementary and our students from Fasken Elementary for being such good sports and joining us here today. And of course, I'd like to thank our special guest host today, Ms. Diana Casanova, the current Miss Southwest Texas. And Diana, what did you think of our show?
I loved it. It was such a great experience being here, and thank you so much for having me.
Well, certainly. Of course, we'd like to thank some of the sponsors who provide prizes for our students. Of course, I'm talking about McDonald's of Laredo, CC's Pizza, and of course, the Great American Cookies. So, guys, I want to remind our viewing audience that we can catch this program and many other fine UISD programming on our local TV stations and on the public access channel as well. So with that, everyone, let's go ahead and say goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye.